Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 663 of the show. How's everyone doing out there? It is June the 24th, 2023, 1:17 p.m. Saturday afternoon. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. My Saturday is not been that bad, even though it was raining. But got what I need to accomplish and everything else in between. So, whether it be at work or here at home, whatever. And hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. Well, hopefully your weekend is wonderful. I know the weather's kind of yucky outside. I know you probably want to go out and go to the beach. And something after all, summer is here. So I feel for you guys. So, it'll be my first official full summer here in my new room. As you know, last year I was still down in the basement. In fact, coming up will mark 1 year since we had to move out of the house for a bit, so that the house can be deletted. I will elaborate on that later on in the week. Later on next week, because we are nearing, that's right, the end of June. Holy crap already. That's all I'm going to say is holy Christmas. That's all we halfway there. Alright, now this will be the first SmackDown NXT Level Up of the summer. And this will be second to the last SmackDown before Money in the Bank, happening July 1st at the O2 Arena in London, England. Jolly old London, England. And the O2 Arena. And it's going to be crazy because SmackDown will emanate from England next week. So that's going to be crazy. Now, also I want to take note that there were 3 matches that were supposed to happen, were advertised from last week, but Vince McMahon wanted things changed. So the first match was supposed to be Bayley versus Shotzi for Bayley's spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That got nixed. Now, you could say, to flip the side of the coin, it might be a good thing because Bayley's in the matchup still. And so, might be a bad thing because it was supposed to be advertised and it didn't happen. You know. So instead, Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans was in place in that instead. And it was supposed to be a triple threat match between LA Knight, Santos Escobar, and I believe Butch for the, to take the momentum. But that match, I believe, got scratched. That scratched as well. But instead, LA Knight took on the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. So, and Baron Corbin is supposed to go one-on-one with Cameron Grimes. That match got nixed. So those 3 matches are out. So, anyways, the Usos kick off SmackDown and address both Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. And we'll get more on Solo Sikoa as they get to prepare for the Bloodline Civil War. The tag team match is going to happen at the Money in the Bank. Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with LA Knight. And this was a heck of a matchup. LA Knight picked up a huge victory over Rey Mysterio to take not only his momentum into the Money in the Bank, but when you pin a Hall of Famer, a legend like Rey Mysterio, that you can really make a name for yourself. Knight tried to attack Rey Mysterio until Santos Escobar decided to chase him out. And Santos Escobar has him in the Money in the Bank matchup as well. 2 of 7 men in that matchup. Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa arrive, and Ridge Holland accidentally runs into him, and Ridge Holland said, "Why don't you get out of my way," or something like that. But Solo Sikoa attacked Ridge Holland, hit him with a Samoan spike, and he says, "I'm not in the mood." Adam Pearce and Sheamus were checking up on Holland, and then Sheamus goes, "I want Solo Sikoa." And then Sheamus grabbed the microphone, got out, and called out and challenged Solo Sikoa to a one-on-one matchup. to a one-on-one matchup. And the women's tag team title unification matchup: Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, against the NXT Women's Tag Team Champs Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And Raquel Rodriguez was watching at ringside during the matchup. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are now the unified Women's Tag Team Championships. Now they have the right to take the titles to Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Raquel Rodriguez was about to walk away. Said, "Hey, where you going?" Raquel Rodriguez came back and said, "What you want?" Raquel Rodriguez says, "We want a rematch for the titles. We didn't lose it." And then Shayna Baszler's like, "Who's we?" Liv Morgan, who recuperated from shoulder injury, is back and stood right beside Raquel Rodriguez. And it seems like these ladies were just jaw-jacking away, not afraid of the new unified women's tag team champions. Before Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler said, "Okay, it's time for us to go." Then you got the Grayson Waller effect, and the guests are Pretty Deadly, as you know. They've been knowing each other since the NXT days. So Pretty Deadly was talking about how they can beat the unified tag team champions. Now, Pretty Deadly has a unique opportunity here for next week. They're former NXT UK Tag Team Champions and former NXT Tag Team Champions. And the Unified Tag Team Champions consist of the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Should Pretty Deadly defeat KO and Sami Zayn, they would be the first ever Grand Slam Tag Team Champions. Because they have, or technically a Triple Crown if you want to, go ahead. But technically they'd be a Grand Slam because they would hold the NXT UK Tag Team titles, the NXT Tag Team titles, the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles, which combine into the Unified Tag Team Championships. And I do believe Pretty Deadly could make a bit of history if they do that next week on SmackDown. But the Street Profits interrupt them, and then they start... And they had a matchup against Pretty Deadly. And it was a heck of a matchup until Pretty Deadly decided to use the foot on the ropes, that type of deal, to win the matchup against the Street Profits. Now, I tweeted this out on Twitter. Is it me, or does Elton Prince look a little like Justin Timberlake? If Justin Timberlake had longer hair, he looks like a little bit like Justin Timberlake on the face. I'm sure he'd probably take that as a compliment. I don't know. I gotta see if he responded to that tweet. Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans having a great matchup, and Charlotte Flair was getting Lacey Evans. It was a heck of a rivalry. I think it was 2021 they had that rivalry before Lacey Evans actually became pregnant. So I think when Charlotte Flair had the I think Charlotte Flair did beat Lacey Evans. I think it was either by disqualification because Asuka got involved and attacked Charlotte Flair, and then Asuka did the salute thing, and then just started, or that she made Lacey Evans tap out. Either way, Asuka, and then Asuka, and then Anna Pierce talked to Bianca Belair. She says, next week's matchup, you're barred from ringside. Bianca Belair is not happy about it. You're going to see Bianca Belair being very disobedient. And then the main event, Sheamus and Solo Sikoa, these two brawled and these two fought, but it ended up being a no contest because I think they were both double counted out, and then Sikoa decided to continue to attack. But everyone tried to get ringside to help Sheamus. They were attacked. But then the Usos decided, well, we're putting a stop to that, and decided to go after it, and then they stopped their younger brother from causing any more damage. So, let's go to NXT Level Up, shall we? Channing Stacks Lorenzo goes one-on-one with KO Dixon. And then KO Dixon is one of the contestants, I believe, on The Bachelorette this season coming. And then and Stacks Lorenzo, not in the mood, defeated KO Dixon and did some trash talking to KO Dixon after the matchup. Kelly Kincaid interviewed the former Olympic hopeful Tavion Heights, and Tavion Heights talked about how he wants to make it here and do what he's gonna do, and he took on Luca Crucifino in a one-on-one matchup, and Crucifino did win the matchup. And then on the Diamond Mines, Ivy Nile took on former NXT Women's Tag Team Champ JC Jane, and JC Jane did pick up the victory over Ivy Nile in a shocking matchup. I don't know if Ivy Nile's occupation with Ava Raine has probably affected her. Who knows for sure. As you know, there will be a Money in the Bank Women's Summit this coming Monday. So it'll be very interesting to see what everybody has to say about being Money in the Bank. So, I'm hoping, and I'm seriously hoping that things will work out. So next week will be the final week before Money in the Bank. On the next episode, I'll talk about what happened on Rampage. The final Rampage before the Forbidden Door. That'll be happening tomorrow. So, tomorrow at 8. So, until the next episode comes rolling around, episode 664 is on its way. So, beware of that. Until like I said, until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.